A series of bombings in the Shiite areas of Baghdad have killed at least 22 people and wounded dozens more. The deadly assaults come as Iraq marks 10 years since a coalition led by the US and Britain invaded the country with a mission to free the nation from tyranny. It triggered a decade-long war that was supposed to disarm Iraq of weapons of mass destruction, but WMDs were never found, and after tens of thousands of lives were lost, consequences like today's tragedy are still emerging, as Lucy Kafanoff reports.
At this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger.
This was the freedom they brought. Shock and awe, bombs over Baghdad. What the Pentagon billed as a quick war to liberate Iraq turned into a prolonged nightmare. 10 years of bloodshed, war, occupation, and deadly sectarian strife. Drained by Afghanistan, exhausted by Iraq, for Washington, the battle is over.
After a decade of war that's cost us thousands of lives and over $1 trillion, the nation we need to build is our own.
But what of the nation they left behind?
No, we are not happy. To our biggest regret, the Iraqi people are destroyed and the infrastructure is devastated. The country is ruined.
These graves are a visual reminder of a decade of human strife. Almost everyone in this country has lost somebody whom they love. No one knows exactly how many Iraqis have been killed since the invasion, and estimates range from more than 150,000 to over 1 million. For years, the U.S. claimed not to keep body counts. But Haji Muhammad has kept count. His 4 sons and only grandchild were killed in a suicide blast.
How am I doing? I raised my sons and saw them get married and sent them to universities. I watched them die. You ask me if it's better or worse now compared to 10 years ago. I still had my sons 10 years ago. So I think the answer is obvious.
Others have seen their dreams of a brighter future shattered by years of violence.
I was top of my class, but when circumstances became very bad after the occupation, I felt that something was broken inside of me, my ambition and everything. I used to dream of becoming a doctor or an engineer, but conditions prevented me from continuing my studies.
But an education is no guarantee of work. Less than 40% of Iraqi adults have a job, and a quarter of families live below the World Bank's poverty line. Statistics that haven't improved much since the days of crushing UN sanctions in the 1990s. Elections may have brought democracy to Iraq, but critics say the government is rife with corruption and infighting.
Despite the failures that occurred in the time of the former regime, it is not comparable to the number of failures by the politicians and the current government.
More troubling, perhaps, are the lingering divisions.
This occupation separated us into tribes. It replaced the political structure with a tribal one, which aggravated the political conflict. I see no good in this kind of regime.
Today, Iraq is facing a new political crisis. There's tension on the ground between the Sunni provinces and the Shia-led government, as well as between Baghdad and the Kurdish north.
I think if these issues are not resolved, it can lead to more significant problems, including armed conflict, which can lead to, I think, breakup of Iraq and destabilization of the region.
And an upsurge in violence is sparking fears of a return to sectarian strife. New figures show that death rates have actually risen since the last American soldier left Iraqi soil.
How long will Iraq remain like this? Every day there are explosions, every day there's killing, every day there's terrorism.
Explosion after explosion, Iraqis have asked themselves that same question for most of the last 10 years. Lucy Kafanoff, RT, Iraq.